Yeah, this is a no cool call. A lot of these videos I'm doing basically live, like looking back at them in hindsight. But I like doing like this because it helps me see what I could have did different, see what I could have did better, come to a faster diagnosis. So it's like we're walking through it together.
Not cool. So this is downstairs. This is sir.
Right here, I'm just taking the standard pictures of the unit so I can store it away in the files in case we ever have to work on this one again. Model, serial number, nameplate basically. Gives me a good grasp if I ever have to come back to the same unit. It'll let me know whatever work I've already performed on it, so I can keep a track. So if I ever have to come back, it'll give me a good idea of what's going on and what condition the unit's in, what repairs have already been made to it.
Not this, as usual. We gotta get down to compressor issues at that point.
Yeah, in this clip I said compressor issues, but there's a lot more that can be going on before we just go straight to that.
Keep on ticking type game. See, that's what I think of when I think of a used unit. You see this?
Yeah, and I'm just referring to the big dent that's on the right side of that downstairs condensing unit.
So we got right here. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. It's already got a fan capacitor.
Yeah, I just referred to the fan capacitor because that means it's an aftermarket fan motor.
You ain't got no power going to it. I guarantee it's this guy. Hold on, let's see. Let's see right now. Let's get spark. We're gonna get spark. Now, you're supposed to do that with a resistor. So don't do what I just did. So we got purple on common, of course. We're gonna test this capacitor. You're not using a fan, like I said, you got the aftermarket fan motor. So, let's see what we got. See, capacitor, you already know.
So it's not the capacitor, so now it's time to get deeper down to the troubleshooting.
See what y'all going on. Most likely this is kind of an easy diagnosis when you've been in the field for a second or two. So we ain't worried about the fan. We're going right here from harm to common. Okay, so we got 55. What is it calling for? 55, so it's not this. All right.
So I'm saying it's not electrical like I thought, but I haven't checked the amp drawers yet, so it could be.
So that lets me know the stem of this problem is not electrical like I thought, because this capacitor is still reading exactly what it should be. So the capacitor is good.
So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna test the amp draw on this compressor.
8 amps. Compressor.
Eight amps is a fairly good amp draw, pretty good, straight down the middle.
Put some amps on this compressor. Hey, compressor harm. 8 amps. Check the run load amps. 16.3 is pulling half.
So actually, per the nameplate, that compressor's amping out pretty good. So what we're gonna do now is continue to go down our list of troubleshooting. So it's gonna take us down. We're gonna have to check the refrigerant on this one. We're gonna have to check the evaporator coil to see if it's clogged up, maybe dirty. We're gonna have to check a couple other things. And when I'm putting my hand above the condenser fan, is because I'm trying to see if it's expelling warm air. That means it's taking warm air out of the house and expelling it outdoors. And when I'm grabbing that suction line pipe, I'm just trying to take the temperature by a feel of the pipe. To only give me a slight indication. The only way that you can actually check this for real is if you superheat or subcool, depending on if you got a piston or a TXV metering device.
Let's plot the gauges. See what we got going on.
Yeah, as I was saying at the beginning, this video is kind of old. I moved on to Smart Pros to this Tech Freon. It's like a lot less to lug around. Test those Smart Pros, by the way. And another thing about Testos here, I believe I have the 550 gauges. I upgraded to the new 557s with the vacuum hose later on. Yeah, I even got away from them low loss fittings and went on to the fittings with the little cutoff valve on them. So right now I'm just monitoring the charge, seeing any trends, just watching any patterns.
High head pressure, low evaporator pressure.
High head pressure and low suction pressure normally indicates a blockage in the line sets. Maybe a malfunctioning TXV, maybe a clogged piston, something like that normally. And this is why I got away from them fittings. I haven't had this problem since I got the fittings with the cutoff valve on them. Yeah, And the sound you hear in the background is not the compressor. It sounds like it, but what it is some guys working in the background. So I'm buttoning up this part because it clearly has nothing to do with electrical at this point. Since I was reading high head pressure, I decided to try to lightly wash off the condenser to see if it had any impact on my readings. Because a dirty condenser, the air not being able to go through the fins and properly cool off the compressor, that can also cause a high head pressure reading. But looking back, I don't know if I knew at this point in time, but high head pressure and low suction pressure, that's normally a restriction in the metering device. That's normally what that is. So now that we've pretty much done everything we can out here, it's time to pack it on up and head on upstairs in that attic. It's hot up there. Yeah, so I'm up in the attic, coming up here to inspect the evaporator coil, see what we might find up here. So in order to do this, I'm gonna have to cut a hole in the plenum and go back with an access door, maybe a 12 by 12, 10 by 10.
Yeah, I got tools to do this faster. Oh yeah, it's getting hot out here now.
Now remember, I know how it looks now, but I'm gonna put an access door in the place where I'm cutting this hole. By the way, the whole reason I'm cutting a hole is so I can see the condition of the evaporator coil on the filter side, just to see if it's dirty, see what it looks like visually, doing a little visual check. Because I want to make one thing I want to make sure of is that I'm getting proper airflow through the evaporator coil fins. And this all ties into static pressure. We'll get around to that sooner or later. Diagnosis on this was a clogged metering device. See, when you got a clogged metering device, it doesn't let enough freon through the coil. So when it doesn't allow enough freon through the coil, the air that's passing over the evaporator might as well be passing over nothing. It's like you're running a straight fan. And also, that's what causes the head pressure to be significantly higher than the suction pressure, because it's like you're pumping the unit down. That's what a clogged metering device does.
In the here and throw it out right now.
And in this case, this one had ran so long with the clogged metering device that it started to ice up. So what I did was disconnected the compressor and let the fan run over the slab coil. That's what that is, slab evaporator coil, so that we could thaw it out and then get to doing what we need to do to repair this unit and have it fully functioning again.